Stephen, you always had the game against Glentoran. What did you take from that in preparation for this game?
That'll be a tough game. You know, we never underestimated Glentoran either. As again, a lot of players I work with at youth international level, so we're well aware of the threats. You know, Coleraine have got some experienced boys as well that have been there and done it and played, been around the block. So a wee bit of game knowledge and game experience. So we have to be very much up for it, and you know, we have to take our game to Coleraine. We'll be favourites to win the game. You know, and I'm sure we'll have a lot of possession of the ball, but you know, we have to have an end product to our game. And against Glentoran, the lesson was we had to be patient. You've got boys that are, you know, running themselves into the ground. They're disciplined, they're organised, and it might not be the first 10-15 minutes that you win the game. You need to show a lot of patience and persevere with their beliefs.
Difficult travelling, more difficult travelling Coleraine on their home pitch despite not having any fans?
Yeah, obviously the pitch we're going to go on tonight, and it'll be interesting, but you know, no excuses. The same for both teams. As I say, it's a short journey across the water for us, so there's no excuses on our part. I say it was probably the best away draw we could have got. 20 minutes on a flight, and you know, we're looking forward to it. Very much looking forward to it.
Stephen, the strategy is different for Saturday, where you were happy to give the ball away, but you have to assert yourself more.
Yeah, I think on Saturday we showed that we can play differently, we can win games differently. We've had a lot of possession, we've got a lot of talented boys on the ball, but I think Saturday and the Celtic first half as well showed that we're a disciplined side, we're organised, and we can do both ways. But you know, I think we'll have a lot of the ball tomorrow night. We have to earn the right to play football. We won't just turn up and play and dominate the game. You know, we have to earn the right to do that, and I'm sure we will. So we've worked on things, we've worked on end products and numbers into the box, but we're also aware of the threats that Coleraine will pose us.
The first qualifying round, Stephen's not a bit of the competition that Highland Prince really gets to every season, so for both teams, just how big an achievement would that be to get to that stage?
Yeah, it'd be absolutely fantastic for both teams to be in Europe, and you know, for Northern Ireland football as well. I think it's great that you know, Northern Ireland football are now being seen as a decent force, and you know what Linfield have done, what Coleraine have done, and in the past what Crusaders have done as well. I think it's a brilliant achievement. So us obviously being from Northern Ireland, very patriotic and proud. You know, we're delighted with that. As far as Motherwell is concerned, you know, it's a long time since we've been this far. We never actually got to the third round, so it's a big incentive, a huge incentive, you know, to win the game. And then the draw, I believe, is on Friday, so you know what your next task is before you know you go to the next round as well. So huge incentives financially for the club, huge incentives personally for each and individual player, and as a football club, you know, you won't get a better opportunity to do that. I'm sure Coleraine will think the same, and as been mentioned earlier, it's a chance for some of the smaller teams to progress further than perhaps you usually would.
We've talked about the lack of fans a lot this season, but especially for what would have been probably a once in a generation game here, it's a real shame that no fans can be here again.
Yeah, it's even the Glentoran game, you know, I think there would have been maybe 3,000 or 4,000 Glen men over in the stadium at Fair Park as well, and then you'd had a full house here, and no doubt we had brought a lot of fans. So yeah, it's disappointing, but what can we do? It's the world we live in at the moment. The fact we're able to play football when you know there's other people really struggling in the world, I think we have to be grateful for that, and try and make sure that we make the most of it and enjoy it.